day, dear supporters, dear fans, dear visitors to Alabina Army Proving Ground. This day once again finds us here on this fine Sunday, the 21st of August, for the 10th anniversary tank biathlon of the 8th International Army Games final individual heats races. This is your all-time host, Nikolai Fedorov, and co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Klinsky. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for another fine day, opposite to yesterday's unforgettable race, where we saw rain at about 17 degrees. However, today everything is set for an unbelievable, another unforgettable, remarkable day of racing. And today is the final race, final hits for the first division, featuring Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Belarus, and People's Republic of China. And now, according to the results of today's race, we're going to learn the names of the entrants into the semi-finals. Only the first division teams take place in the semi-final relay races. And then, according to the results of the semi-final race, we're going to learn the names of the finalists and the winners of this year's tank biathlon. Now, introducing the international referee panel. Rustam Sadikov, Ilnar Sakdiev, Andrei Nekrashevich, and Yunhun Zhen. 4 tanks feature in today's race. All of the 5 lines are going to be taken. 3 of the teams are using their own tanks. 2 of them, Russia and Belarus, own T-72B3s. However, China is using a compatible in specs Type 96B Chinese-produced armored vehicle. And slightly later, we are going to give you more technical specs on both vehicles. Right now, at the right flank, introducing the green color-coded tank, Republic of Kyrgyzstan. Tank commander is Senior Lieutenant Shaipulu Irisbek. The gunner is Junior Sergeant Sanjar Bakhitbekov. And the driver is Junior Sergeant Dilmurod Azizov. Kyrgyzstan. Now, introducing the second fire line, the red color-coded tank, Russian Federation, the undefeated champions at this track. Introducing the tank commander, Cadet Savely Dupin, the gunner, Cadet Dmitry Kuklev, and the driver is Sergeant Yakov Ulanov, Russian Federation. And the roof comes off the stands. All the fans are on their feet cheering the reigning champions. Now, over to the third fire line, Republic of Belarus. Introducing the tank commander, Senior Lieutenant Artem Rys. The gunner is Denis Moisenko. And the driver is Andrei Zelevich. Republic of Belarus, third crew. And now, at the left flank, the blue tank, introducing the third crew for Team China. Tank commander, Senior Sergeant Second Class, Liu Zhe. Gunner, Sergeant Fu Ai. And the driver is Junior Sergeant Wang Jianhua. People's Republic of China, third crew. Well, dear friends, this is the last day for individual hits on this tank biathlon. This is Nikolai Fedorov, your host, and co-hosting for English-speaking audiences is Dmitry Kulinsky. Let's support Russian Federation, support all the teams. The signal to begin the race is given here at Alabina Army Proving Ground, and the crews take their seats in their T-72B3s. Reporting to the chief referee of the contest, Major General Kirill Kulakov. He is the chief referee of the tank biathlon this year. Also, the head of Kazan Higher Tank Academy, the famous cradle of Russia's top tankers. And the third crew, similar to second crew this year for Russian Federation, is represented with his cadets. Now, the first to start are the Kyrgyzstan tankers with short intervals. Other teams will follow. First Russia, then Belarus, and China will follow. This is going to be a rolling start with intervals. Some changes were introduced this year, mostly to the first division rules. Firstly, simultaneous display of all the 3 tank targets. Earlier, we used to see 1 target raised at a time. However, this year, according to the instruction of the Chief of Ground Forces, Russian Federation, Major General Oleg Salukov, the rules have been slightly amended. Also, first division saw the introduction of the 20-second rule for the first shot. Now, in case the crew cannot make it within a 20-second allotment to engage the first tank target, it is going to earn itself a penalty pit stop at the penalty pit stop site, 8 of which are dispersed throughout the tournament track. We're expecting to see some remarkable fire missions, some excellent driving feats, and also another third change. It was to introduce 2 penalty laps as opposed to 1 for missing tank targets, since certainly main caliber fires are considered to be critical and paramount of all targets. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the fans are here. We've got a huge turnout in offline and online audiences. They waited for this day. They expected this day. They anticipated it. And now they cannot believe it has come. This final day, introducing the third crew of the Russian Federation, the reigning champions of the track. And right now, we see Kyrgyzstan. This is the coach of Team Kyrgyzstan. And news just in, decision has been taken just now to let Russian Federation team take the field first today. Well, an unexpected turn. It's always more difficult to go first. And now, welcome the team. They have come to fear. They have come to respect. They have come to worship Russian Federation. Now all the fans, all of the supporters are certainly excited to learn today who is going to be the strongest out of the 4 teams. Right now, Russia, first crew, leads the rankings in the first division individual hits. Second crew follows in the second position. Third is the Belarus crew, then China and Kazakhstan. Now, the tank is through the restricted passage obstacle. Certainly a lot rests on the shoulders of the driver for Russian team, Yakov Ulanov. When we asked Yakov, what are you dreaming of? He told us he wants to break the speed record that was set here back in 2019. And as you recall, those of us that have been watching us for years, it was 84 kilometers an hour, despite the tactical specs only stating 70. We witnessed this in this rough terrain. Speeds of 84 kilometers an hour exceeded by Team Russia. This record remains unbroken in this track, and let's wish Yakov good luck in breaking it today, safely breaking this record. Now, certainly obstacles have to be traversed carefully, since every pole knocked at restricted maneuvering, restricted passage, and the slope obstacles will result in penalty laps. And right now the time has already started. The firing time for the first shot, and the 3 targets out in the range. First shot, it's a hit. Well done. Remarkable fire accuracy for the first shot. 16 seconds it took the gunner for Russian Federation, Cadet Dmitry Kuklin, and he hits the second target too. Let's hope for a perfect combo here today. He only needs just 1 more target to make it a perfect trifecta. Holding your breath, and it's a hit! What a perfect combo for Dmitry Kuklin. Amazing. Well, of course, we had not expected anything less from the reigning champions of this track. Now Russia is forward, proceeding to the next laps and more targets. In the meanwhile, Kyrgyzstan is taking the field. We all recall Kyrgyzstan last year taking part in the 2nd division clash, performing amazingly. Spectacular lessons were learned, leaving no doubt to its supremacy. They earned their ticket into the 1st division in 2022, and Kyrgyzstan for the first time in the 1st division features some amazing, remarkable, unbelievable performances that we have come to expect from this unique motorsport event, the tank biathlon of the Army International Games. Now, this year, 34 various contests are taking place in 35 countries. 21 nations are racing in this year's tank biathlons. 2 editions from last year's 19, and now the replay to the last fire mission for Russia. Amazing fire accuracy. Just look at this. What a fine shot. Amazing work. Now over to the fans. The roof is coming off the stands here at the Labina. The stands are screaming as Russia surges forward. Careful through the sharp turn. No drifts here. We all remember the drama of the previous days when the Armenian team has made us all worry, almost flipping their vehicles in the drifting corners. Now we are going through the restricted passage obstacle, and Kyrgyzstan has just loaded the standard artillery shells. 125 millimeters is the caliber of the main caliber, the smooth bore cannon of the T-72B3. Now the time countdown for 20 seconds is started for Republic of Kyrgyzstan. Let's hope they don't waste any penalty time. And Russia is flying past into the 2nd lap, just recording their 1st lap time, while Kyrgyzstan just missed their 22nd allotment to take the 1st shot, earning themselves a penalty after this fire mission. This has taken some time. We're seeing them spending almost a minute at the fire line already. Let's keep our fingers crossed against any technical problems. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1st division this year has been amazing. All of the crews have been putting in their best. We saw amazing fire accuracy. At least 4 targets out of 5 is the expected fire tally. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like a hit. We're going to get an update after it's carefully inspected. However, right now, we could say it's a miss. Continues aiming for the 2nd target. The targets are out at 16 to 1800 meter ranges, and they only need 2 hits. We are going to see additional ammunition loaded by the team. We are seeing some serious delays with Kyrgyzstan fire mission. Ladies and gentlemen, please recall that only 4 minutes is given in total to engage the total of 3 targets. And second shot for Kyrgyzstan. Well, going past the target for the gunner Sanjar bucket back off, but hopefully he can still change things around. He will get a chance with additional ammo. The whole of Kyrgyzstan, we're sure, is watching their team perform. Third shot. Well, it seems as if 3 additional shells are going to be loaded. And let's wish Kyrgyzstan the best of luck. Perhaps some fresh air will provide more accuracy for the team. Now we are watching the replay of this last fire mission, and in the meanwhile we can give you some tactical specs on the domestic produced T-72B3. It's an upgraded version of the old 72 model, certainly superseded today, but many other domestic-produced world-class tanks, such as T-72B3M, T-80, T-90, or the latest Armata, T-14. However, certainly these have proven over the 10 years of the tank biathlon. This was constituted back in 2013 at the command of Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, the Army General Hero of Russia, Sergei Shoigu. This biathlon has certainly shown us that this T-72B3s are real racing vehicles when it comes to track endurance, precision, fire missions, and certainly this is our classic tank battalion. This is a tank biathlon. Certainly 10th anniversary is going to be remarkable. By the way, today Russia is celebrating Officers' Day. This was first constituted by Peter the Great. Since that day, the 21st of August has remained Officers' Day in the Russian Federation. Let's wish them. And now 25th target has just been hit by Russian Federation. What a fine present for the Officers' Day to everyone present here at Alabina. Savely Dupin was the tank commander. And this cadet this year, only a young cadet, got the honor from Kazan High Tankers Academy to represent the Russian Federation at this tank biathlon. The first team represents the Eastern Military District, and we just saw Kyrgyzstan continue its fire on the tank targets. However, once again, it is a miss. Kyrgyzstan is experiencing some serious problems with fire accuracy today. This will not do. They really need to do their homework after this race. Unfortunately, last shot just went under, and Kyrgyzstan has just earned themselves 3 kilometers in 6 penalty laps. Well, that's not the end, ladies and gentlemen, although Kyrgyzstan are certainly the outsiders in this race. Now, this is going to be an interesting clash between the top 3 teams, Russia, China, and Belarus. Belarus has just taken the track. Now, its servicemen are second-year veterans, along with first-year cadets. And we have come to expect a lot from this team. We anticipate their strong performances every year, and Belarus never ceases to excite us with their faultless execution. Right now, one of the favorites, along with Russian Federation and People's Republic of China, in this amazing motorsport event. Now, there is still a long way to run. half the teams are in the second lap now, and this was the replay for the last fire mission for Kyrgyzstan. Unfortunately, today found Team Kyrgyzstan not being able to hit on any of the targets. Actually surprising us because the previous two crews for Kyrgyzstan put on and strong performance, it should be noted. Well, right now, Belarus is about to proceed to the first fire mission. Ammo has been loaded, and Belarus is in the firing line. Just look at this beautiful thing. We'll continue giving more technical specs throughout the tournament. The main difference from its predecessor, CT-72, is increased mobility, an upgraded powertrain, increased firepower, fire controls, and Belarus just hit their first target. Well done. Let's expect another two from Belarus, making this a perfect combo. Second, it's also a shot. It's also a clear hit. That is amazing. Amazing fire accuracy from Belarus, along with Russia. And now third. What a sharp shot! What a rocket of a hit for Belarus. Well done. Continuing along. Now, Russian Federation third crew is almost in the third lap, recording just now second lap time after destroying the last low-flying helicopter target. No penalty laps recorded as yet. This is going to be a remarkable clash that's going to enter the record books. Certainly, we already are beginning to realize the finalists of this year. We're not going to name them too early. We'd like to wait for the official decisions, but everyone that watches, that supports and loves this tank biathlon understands that the favorites are going to meet in the finals. But certainly all of the teams are putting in their best. They need to make it to the finals. They need to hold their flags high. They need to set some shining feats of tanking prowess. Now, People's Republic of China in the Type 96B is taking the field, dancing around the restricted maneuvering obstacle. Flawless execution by the driver. Now, Type 96B is compatible to T-72B3. Exactly the same cannon, 125mm smooth bore main caliber. Also, anti-aircraft and coaxial machine guns are used by the 42-ton combat vehicle. Russian T-72 weighs 46 tons. It's slightly heavier. The gun is equipped with automatic loader, capable of using various types of ammunition. Official data suggests it's capable of achieving speeds of up to 65 kilometers an hour. But, ladies and gentlemen, we saw speeds over 77 kilometers an hour set by Team China this year. And Russia T-72B3 is capable of at least 84 kilometers an hour. That's the unbroken record still standing in the record books of the Russian Federation and the International Tank Biathlon. Now, Type 96B is equipped with a 1,000 horsepower supercharged diesel engine, as opposed to the 840 horsepower T-72B3. And now, back to the targets, already set for Team China. And China, with a first shot, strikes on their first target. What an amazing spectacle we are witnessing today, dear followers. This is certainly a treat to all lovers of this incredible fire-fueled motorsport event. Second shot for China. Amazing. Also hits the second target. Let's hope for a perfect combo from this strongest team of this first division tank biathlon. Now we're aiming He is aiming for the third target, and we're going to check whether it was hit. Yes, it is hit. Well done for China. Certainly no penalty laps and no additional ammo is going to be wasted by this top team. So let's go to the timeline. Russia at the moment leading with 4 out of 5 targets at 17 minutes in the third lap. While now the next fire mission for Russian Federation, and the gunner Dmitry Kuklin is tracking the 700-meter target, and it's a hit. What a rocket of a gunner. This is extraordinary, giving them top 5 out of 5 top fire accuracy in this amazing, extraordinary performance. We just saw the chief coach, Major Narsaktiv, for Russian Federation. Just recently, he was the champion of Tank Biathlon 2014, a multiple winner and prize holder of all Army International Games. Time has passed, and he is a coach, giving his important experience to young cadets in Russia. Thank you, Ilmar. And now we're back to the race, watching Kyrgyzstan, while China is about to also record their second lap. And Belarus is through the second lap behind the Russian team. All of the teams are certainly putting in their best. This is incredible. Now, this is the long straight where we see astonishing speeds. Right now, 80 kilometers an hour. We saw maximum speed just recorded by Russian Federation in this long straight. Certainly, the stands are also coming alive. This team is going all the way. It's not about to hold back or give up. Now, another change this year is the designated stop obstacle that replaces the rake from the previous years. The crew has to exit the vehicle, inspect the tank, and then load the machine gun for the next fire mission. Tanks, Chinese clearly passed the anti-tank range and is surging ahead into the second lap. All of the line flagmen are also cadets of the Combined Armed Forces Russian Federation College. Certainly also very careful in watching these international teams pass their obstacles, perform their fire missions, and give us clear indications on any mistakes. Red flag signals a mistake, white flag signals clean passages, and right now we are watching Kyrgyzstan. Thanks to the GPS tracker installed, we're able to follow the location and speeds of all the tanks. While Belarus, Senior Lieutenant Artem Rys has just loaded his 15 rounds with 6 traces. This is a 12.7mm heavy tank machine gun cord, and Belarus is now performing their fire mission. Shot volleys are flying for Belarus, and it's a hit. Well done for Team Belarus. Certainly a strongest of contestants in this race. Now, machine gun is unloaded and locked. Artem is back into the turret, sealing the hatches, and the tank is moving away. And now the third crew, Russian Federation, at the finish line. Well done. What an amazing, astonishing, extraordinary best time of 20 minutes and 44 seconds. No penalties recorded. Top fire accuracy, giving us a perfect combo on the first 3 targets and not missing any of the machine-gun targets. This was the amazing, unforgettable show set by the third crew of Russian Federation. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you for not disappointing us. They certainly, these reigning champions, never fail to strike emotions along with the targets here at Alabina. Military salutes are being exchanged here at Alabina with national colors of Russian Federation flying, celebrating this amazing win, and also the Officers' Day in Russia. Quite soon, these cadets are going to become tank commanders, leaders. So once again, congratulations to the tank crew. Savely Dupin, tank commander, gunner Dmitry Kuklin, and Sergeant Yakov Ilanov, third crew, Russia. What an astonishing show, setting the stands and the audiences alive, taking the roof off today. Right now we're back to Kyrgyzstan helicopter machine gun mission. Let's check carefully whether Kyrgyzstan can improve on their previous failures with the tank targets. Certainly his fire requires corrections by the coaches. The coaches are located at the command post and are watching the crew. Right now we saw a pole, the post of the target being struck, but not the target yet. Do they still have ammo? Yes, we can see volleys flying in short bursts, but it looks like this was the last volley, and Kyrgyzstan is taking its time to give itself the best opportunity to hit this second target. Now China is about to engage the same target. Senior Sergeant First Class Liu Zhe is the gunner who is going to take this mission for the People's Republic. Now, that's the way to go. What a way to go for Kyrgyzstan. They finally hit with the last volley. This helicopter target is down, bowing to Kyrgyzstan tankers. And now China unfortunately missed on their helicopter target and just earned themselves a penalty lap. One penalty lap equals 500 meters. Well, now it will be up to the driver to get the crew free for People's Republic of China out of trouble. And now Belarus records their second lap time, only 43 seconds behind Team Russia. Belarus tankers are performing strongly this year. They're still in with a chance to win this race. Only 14 minutes and they're into the third lap. They took 6th position in the rankings overall last year, but it was not through the lack of trying, let me tell you. In the semi-finals last year, Belarus performed in the pouring rain. That was an absolute downpour, and none of the teams was able to cope. That's the reason for the team taking 6th position last year. And now this was the last perfect combo for Belarus, giving them top fire accuracy at this stage. Certainly putting some smiles on the faces of the fans. Patriot Park at Alabina Army Proving Ground sounds alive with all of the cheers. The fan club, the audiences, offline and online, are supporting all of the crews, all of the teams taking part. Well, the reigning champions had already taken the ground and finished the race, so now there is still a way to go to determine who is going to be the ultimate winners in this race. Now the replay for People's Republic of China. Certainly Chinese tankers are growing in experience year on year. They annually reshuffle their teams almost fully. I say almost because some of the members have already been veterans of this tank biathlon, as opposed to Russia or Armenia team, for instance. According to the order of the Minister of Defense, Russian Federation, hero of Russia, Sergei Shoigu. Every year Russian team is completely updated, and the chance to become a winner exists for every tanker in our motherland. Many boys, many young cadets are dreaming of taking the field for their country, dreaming of the honor to fly the national flags and show their best at this tank biathlon. Well, let's wish them all the best of luck, because certainly, dear friends, dreams do come true as long as you practice hard. Now, Kyrgyzstan, the champions of the of the second division last year. Amazing race last year. Highly recommended. Find it online and just watch the finals for the second division in 2021. Kyrgyzstan was simply remarkable in that race. Certainly they made mistakes today, but that's not to say that Kyrgyzstan is going to miss the semi-finals this year. Only positive comments remain after watching the first crew performances in this individual hits. Right now, the 27 crews for 21 countries had already finished their performances in these individual hits. Only a few more are going to feature today. We're in for another 2 events of the second division, and right now we're back to Belarus. 23-year-old Denis Moisenko, the gunner for the Republic, strikes on the target, just shatters it, leaving us no doubt to supremacy of Belarus in this race. Amazing fire accuracy. Only 2.5 minutes is separating Belarus from the race leaders Russia, giving us more suspense and giving Belarus a chance to yet steal the game from the Russian Federation. Now China is following closely in second lap. 15 minutes time elapsed into the race. The fourth target proved too challenging, however, another still remains for the Chinese tankers. Now, we're going to the current positions at the top of the screen. Russia, Belarus, China, and Kyrgyzstan is following. Yet, this is not over yet, and it's too early to call. That's not the end. We just could have some unexpected surprises today. Certainly, we're still at the edge of our seats, holding our fingers crossed for all of these first division teams. Right now, we're watching the coaxial Kalashnikov tank machine gun 7.62mm being loaded to engage in the next fire mission on the enemy anti-tank missile unit target. And let's see the Chinese tank proceed to the firing point. We're getting some excellent camera work today, giving us some amazing images of this powerful armor. Right now, we did see certain mistakes in this race. However, let me tell you, this division's race has been remarkable in terms of obstacles passed, targets hit. Certainly all of the crews this year are giving us a remarkable performance, especially speaking of yesterday's show, the second division clash. Highly recommended. Now, dear friends, don't forget that the 1st of October celebrates the Day of Ground Forces in the Russian Federation. History of the ground forces stretches back to the 1st of October 1550. On that day, Tsar Ivan IV issued his decree to constitute the first regiments of the ground forces of the Russian Federation. And 1st of October, dear friends, remains the birthday of Russia's ground forces. So, Belarus into the trench, clearly passing through the obstacle. Now, we just saw a replay where Kyrgyzstan team just knocked one of the obstacle poles, indicated by the red flag from the lineman. They will need to take a penalty lap. Belarus is at the finish line, 21-26. Amazing performance, putting them in the second position in this race. Now, dear friends, Belarus has certainly amazed us this year. We were happy with the 5 missions. Top accuracy, careful driving, racing of the Belarus team. Now everyone at the command post are putting their hands together to congratulate the Belarus tankers. Introducing the crew for Belarus, Senior Lieutenant. Congratulations to our brothers from Belarus. Senior Lieutenant Artyom Rys. Senior Warrant Officer Denis Moisenko was the gunner, and the driver was the Corporal Andrei Zelevich from Belarus. Now still in the second position in this race. However, China is still 2 minutes behind. Anything is possible because China has just destroyed their third target, shattering the glass. For the best of luck for all the teams, for all of the fans, all of the audiences, online and offline. Certainly, they're making this happen today. And these top teams are on top of their game in this unique motorsport event. Now back to Kyrgyzstan, engaging the enemy anti-tank missile unit target. Let's hope they can improve on their fire accuracy with machine guns, making amends for the previous misses on the tanks. Right now, he shatters and it's done! Bingo for Kyrgyzstan, begging them the second machine gun fire mission. The gunner Sanjan Baganbekov for Kyrgyzstan asked us that this show is dedicated to his mother. His mother is watching her favorite son perform in this amazing spectacle of adrenaline-fueled action, and we're sure she's now crying with pride for her son. Now Kyrgyzstan is taking place in the first division for the first year actually in the first division, not performing sometimes in terms of fire accuracy, however still proving themselves to definitely be a top team. Just now in the Armenian turn, a mistake was made on the minefield obstacle by the team. And they called it Armenian turn, dear friends, because this year Armenia crews reminded us of this forgotten nickname. Back in 2014, during training rounds, Armenia crew flipped their tank after a drifting turn in this long straight. And hopefully we had not seen any overturned vehicles this year. But it wasn't through the lack of trying this year. They saw the race stopped, they saw disqualifications, but certainly lent a lot of character to this tournament. Thank Armenia for this amazing, unforgettable performance. However, not to be repeated because the team was disqualified for ramming one of the other team tanks yesterday. Watch it in the replays on YouTube. Also highly recommended. Amazing, unforgettable clash, worthy of the first division. And the first crew for Russian Federation set 20:42, and the third group 20:44. Almost same, only 2 seconds apart. What a pity for People's Republic of China having to take a pit stop due to the fault on one of the obstacles. They're going to waste valuable seconds before reaching the finish line, setting them clearly into the third position. Just look at the replay, how dangerous that was. This is Kyrgyzstan at the penalty laps. Almost losing the penalty lap distance and going into the bush. Now coming back on track. Certainly this is not a highway to speed. However, some of the teams are certainly making us happy with their amazing motorsport performances and terrific results for this race. We just could call the top 3 for the race. Congratulations to People's Republic of China. Third position in this individual heats race. Amazing performance from the top 3 teams. Russia remains the leader, followed by Belarus, and People's Republic of China is now flying its national colors, proudly saluting their coaches, their fans, their supporters in the stands, introducing the team. Liu Jie, the tank commander, gunner Sergeant Fu Yui, and the driver Junior Sergeant Van Zhanhua. Thank you for this memorable performance. Well done on behalf of People's Liberation Army. Certainly, this was the expected fire accuracy for all of the top 3 teams. We saw some top speeds also reached at this track today, almost 80 kilometers an hour. 2 complete combos scored on the tank targets, on the machine gun fire missions by Russia and Belarus. China and Kyrgyzstan also never failed to amaze us with their spectacle that they put on in this tank biathlon anniversary edition for the 8th Army International Games. But ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far away. Kyrgyzstan is about to finish their 3rd lap, and today we also expect another 2 second division showdowns featuring Iran, Zimbabwe and South Ossetia in the first, and in the last 9th heat of this individual series featuring Republic of Abkhazia, Tajikistan and Sudan. In the next week we're also going to see the amazing, unforgettable performances from the semi-final and the final relay races. Now, unfortunately, we are watching Kyrgyzstan take their penalty pit stop just before the finish line. And stand reminded, friends, that the final will take place on the 27th of August. News just in: a decision was taken by the chief referee that the pit stop given to People's Republic of China is going to be deleted. The time spent at the pit stop is going to be struck from the Chinese team. There was a disputable scuffing of one of the poles at the minefield, but thanks to the video reviews, it was determined that it was a clean passage of the minefield by Team China. The time wasted in this penalty pit stop is going to be given back to the team. And now Kyrgyzstan, welcome at the finish line. 38-42. All of the fans for Republic of Kyrgyzstan are on their feet. Well, this is the end of this race. Bravo! And let's name this crew once again. Shaipul Respect, Senior Lieutenant, Tank Commander for Kyrgyzstan. Junior Sergeant Sanjar Baketbekov, Gunner and Driver Dilmurod Azizov. Well, Shaib, this was a fine race. Certainly putting in your best. However, missing some tank targets. Nonetheless, we're quite happy with Kyrgyzstan performance. Still worthy of the first division. Kyrgyzstan is now exchanging military salutes, congratulating all of the fans here at Alabina, all of the fans at Zvezda, the Star TV channel, also the Ministry of Defense, website mil.ru, online audiences, YouTube and Rutube. Thank you for this show. Thank you for joining us, dear friends. This was certainly an unforgettable last first division clash for this tank biathlon anniversary edition. Once again, don't go away. We still have 2 second division events on the menu for today, featuring in the lists some of the strongest second division teams. And these are the total rankings for this race. Top place remains Russia, undefeated champions, at 20 minutes and 44 seconds with maximum speed of 80 kilometers an hour in this remarkable race. Thank you. Now we're going to the total rankings table for Division 1, where the first 2 crews, the first and third crew from Russia, this is almost the final table now. It will hardly be changed this year. Now, these are the results. First and third crew, Russia, first 2 positions, followed by Belarus, 21-26. Fourth position belongs to second crew, Russia team, followed by China third, Belarus first, Kazakhstan third, and then closing the rankings, Mongolia, Azerbaijan, and 3104. And the second page of the last of the lists belongs to Venezuela. They are really closing the rankings this year, and unfortunately it looks like Venezuela is out of the semi-finals this year. Certainly a pity for this first division team, which might well relegate them into the second division next year. Well, certainly all of these teams are putting in their 100%, but sometimes it's not good enough. However, dear friends, today we saw that the clash ran hot for all of these top teams. Certainly a remarkable race. The highlights, Kyrgyzstan in the 4th position, featuring the third crew for this republic. Some mistakes were made. Over-anxiety perhaps caused the misses on the tank targets. Just yesterday we spoke to the crew. I spoke to them personally, and the guys were worried. According to the toss, Kyrgyzstan ended up in the lined-up match against the strongest world teams, Russia, China and Belarus. This presented a serious challenge to this novice team in the first division. Now let us hope for a better performance yet next year. After hearing of the referee commission tonight. We're going to learn the names of the semi-finalists. Kyrgyzstan might yet make it into the semi-finals. Now China, one of the strongest world teams. Practically no mistakes were made. Perfect combo was struck on the tank targets. However, they missed the next helicopter target, where they lost the penalty lap time, perhaps costing them the second position denied by Belarus. There was an argumentative dispute at the minefield obstacle. However, Team China was returned this penalty pit stop time. And just look at Chinese fans pouring their hearts out for their team in the stands. And now, the second position in this clash belongs to Team Belarus, our brother nation. As usual, certainly follow the way forward, treating neck to neck to Russian team, always going shoulder to shoulder. Amazing performance, unforgettable clash from Belarus, and Belarus enters the top 3 leaders thanks to Team 3, thanks to third group from the Republic. And by the way, dear friends, right now in front of the Glory Mount, we can see the Kyrgyzstan tank flying past. We're going to look at them later. And right now, over to the reigning, undefeated, undisputed champions of the track, Russian Federation. These young cadets from Kazan Higher Tankers Academy, the famous cradle of world-class tankers, headed by the Chief of General Staff, Russian Federation, Deputy Minister of Defense, Valery Gerasimov, the Army General. Russian Federation is also a graduate of this tank college. And today, Russia proved us that they're able to go all the way, never stopping, never holding back, and making us so happy today with this remarkable, emotion-fueled clash, giving them the first position, flying the flag high, and allowing us remarkable, unique motorsport event that's called Tank Biathlon. And this was the individual heats race for the first division, final race. And today, once again, please note, 2 second division crews are going to take the field. Second, running at 11:15. This was your all-time Tank Biathlon host, Nikolai Fedorov. And co-hosting for the English-speaking audiences, Dmitry Gulinsky. Take care of each other, love each other, and your Ministry of Defense, Russian Federation, always remains next to you.